What's up, guys? I figure I'd put a little creepy sound because today is one of those creepy days. There's too much going on in the Dallas Mavericks universe, and I want to be able to talk about all of it. So I figure I'll start the stream a little early. You know, set the creepy vibes. There's a lot of creepy stuff going on when it comes to the Dallas Mavericks, man. So settle in, enjoy all the festivities. Let's jam out to this beat right quick. I'm gonna go ahead and open my brew early on. Let's get it, man. I'll set everything else up, making sure everything's good. We is live, ladies and gentlemen. We are live. All right, everything look right. I feel like this could look a little better. I'll put it back here. Yeah, there we go. All right. Everything else look all right. I think so. Man, we're getting more news by the minute, dogs. News after news after news. It's just, there's so much going on in Maverick land, man. Just checking my CPU, checking everything else, looking all right. Drop frames. All right, I think everything should be fine now. There's a lot going on, man. There's a lot going on. What we got going on? All right. So besides a pregame show going on, what else we have going on? Excuse me. Is this is the final stream that I will be having in this apartment / setup. This is the last time. I mean, I might be able to get a setup like this again wherever I move. Just depends. But yeah, man, this marks the end of a little era for me living down here in Kingsville, Texas. Moved down here back in October, and we started this pregame show down here, and very thankful to be able to start the show down here, man, and be able to get everyone that has started following and enjoying the pregame shows for the Dallas Mavericks. However the case may be, moving back home come Friday, and yeah, man, this is it. This is the last day we'll be shooting in here, but hopefully once I get back home, we'll be able to get things corrected unnecessarily or set up out there, hopefully with some good internet, some good stuff, but definitely excited to go back home to Dallas, man, and pick up where we left off. And probably by the time I get back to Dallas, maybe our season's over. But at the end of the day, I'm not tripping about that. What we were able to accomplish and do in this short time span, it was really dope. And for those that watch this later, hopefully you catch this message. For those that are watching it now, really do appreciate all the support, man. So yeah, man, today we got a doozy. Right? The Dallas Mavericks are taking on the Sacramento Kings in what we will call around here is a must-win. If the Mavericks, if the Dallas Mavericks want to make the play-in or the playoffs, they have to start today. This is it, man. If you cannot win this game tonight, your season is more than likely done. So the Dallas Mavericks have to win tonight. There is no bones about it. You have to win tonight, and you have to hope that OKC drops another game. And you have to hope that you can win the next two games. So the Mavs have to come out guns blazing. The Mavs have to come out with a sense of massive urgency. And the Mavs have to come out with a sense of like, this is it, bro. You lose this game, your season's done. Will they do that? That is left to be seen, and when we get through all the segments today, we'll be able to tell and see how the Mavericks are actually going to approach this game, man. But again, if this is your first time on your show, what am I saying? If this is your first time on the show, it's your boy TGK. What I do here is a Mavs officially unofficial Dallas Mavericks pregame show. What we do is we do a couple of segments. In between segments, we check out the chat, respond to everybody in the chat. So all comments and questions and comments and more questions are always welcome as I attempt to respond to every single one of them. And then between then we'll do more segments and stuff like that, man. So we try to kill that hour before game time, and hopefully y'all stop in, tune in, hang out, and get you the tip off, man. That's the whole point of that. So let me go take a little sip of this beer. Cheers to everybody. Cheers to a successful pregame show mid-season, but also hopefully some success to the Mavericks either way, because we need some draft lottery luck, or we need to get in the playoffs. Whatever the case may be, success to everybody, man. I took a little sippy sip, because I ain't trying to finish it off. All right, let me stop this music. Let me get this music up and running. There we go. Have some in the background. Here we go. There we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, what I will do, we're going to go ahead and start off with the chat, see what y'all are thinking, see what you got going on in your mind, and then from there we'll move on to the segments. There it goes. It populated. Look at that. It worked. It worked like it should have worked. We didn't have no technical difficulties. Great. Richard K says, good morning, Mavs friends. I'm curious if we could score enough points to win. Well, Richard K, apparently there's rumors that the Kings may not start their starters. Interesting. But normally when that happens, it ends up in a loss for the Mavericks, because it is a very Maverick thing of us to do. Lupita says, hola, ¿cómo está? She said, konnichiwa. I forgot what song that was, but my friend Dalvin always sings that on Xbox Live when I'm on there with him. Mount Snack says, sup, dog? Win out. Yes, you have to win out if you want to make it to the playoffs or to play in. Mount says, they're going to tank. They're going to get Luka the scoring title, though. Luka would have to score probably like 40-ish points these last 3 games to get that up there, because he had a low scoring affair against, who was it? The Miami Heat. So it kind of took a little bit of a dip, but yeah, he needs to pick it up if he wants to get that scoring title for sure, though. RC says, salute right back to you, man. What's up? Hope all is well. And Lupita hits it with the laughing emojis. Ha. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and let's get started with our matchup here. And it is the Mavs versus the Sacramento Kings. So let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. Let me set everything else up. Make sure everything looks good. All right, everything looks good. So let's get into it, man. Yes, sir. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna go straight, and I mean straight, to the window screen. So let's go. There it goes. Bear with me as I am trying to make sure everything goes smoothly. This is the last one I'm doing from this room right here, guys. After this, I have to take down this table, right? I have to take this table down. I have to take all this glorious stuff down. Have to organize it, and then when I get wherever I go, right? If I could actually have a setup there, then I have to redo everything, right? So, yeah, man, I'm trying to enjoy every second, every moment of this, because this has been very fun. In a year of a lot of uncertainty, having this gave me a sense of purpose, man. I appreciate it. All right, so our opponent tonight, it is let me see if I can zoom in a little bit here. This helps. Let me see how this looks like on your screen. Go over here. All right, that looks better. I like that. All right. What the hell? Okay. So the Sacramento Kings, ladies and gentlemen, are 48-31. 48-31. At one point, our records were almost identical, or they were worse than us. And they completely turned it around. Complete turnaround, dogs. That's crazy. So the Sacramento Kings are 48-31. They have a home record of 23-17 and away record of 25-14. That is really good. I know all these teams are chopping at the bit. They have Sacramento in the first round. They're a good road team, bro. Against the division, they're 9-6. Against their conference, they're 32-17. They average 121.4 points per game while giving up 118.1 points per game. They do have a solid differential of 3.3 points. And in their last 10 games, they are 6-4. You come down here, way down here. And I mean way down here. You see the Dallas Mavericks, which they do not hold the tiebreaker against Oklahoma City Thunder. However, they are 37-42. Crap. And then they still have a plus differential in points. It's crazy. We are having a tank off, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this. The Jazz lost 3 in a row. The Mavs lost 3 in a row. The Oklahoma City Thunder have lost 3 in a row. That's kind of hilarious. It's like Oklahoma City wants to give us this spot, but it's as if like we don't want it. We don't want it. All right? We don't want that spot. Now you can have it. That's crazy. Anyway, let's go back to Sacramento. Let's try to see if there's some key notes out here to see if they have any of these players playing today. Let's just check injuries to see if there's any notes. Matthew Dellavedova is out for sure. Let me pull up another screen up here. Twitter. Excuse me, man. And again, right now I cannot see your comments or anything like that, but while you're watching this portion of it, if you got anything you want to ask, definitely ask it, man. Right now I'm just trying to see what these Kings are up to. Excuse me, what these Kings are up to, and see if their players are actually going to sit tonight. Man, we got a lot of stuff to get into. I just want to, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to get through this first segment, and then we're going to get into these other items that I want to talk about. I want to talk about Cuban and his idiotic remarks. I want to talk about Tim Hardaway Jr.'s dad's remarks. And then there's a nice little item right here where Tim Hardaway Jr. is refuting what his dad had said today. So they definitely want to look into that. But first, I'm just trying to see if the Kings have any lineups out there. Or are they resting any players, you know? Trying to see. I'm going to their page. Yeah, I don't it doesn't seem like I see anything yet. There's no word on that. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's take a look at this team. As far as De'Aaron Fox, he is leading the Kings with 25.1 points per game. Domantas Sabonis leading the team with 12.4 rebounds per game. Sabonis as well, leading the team with 7.2 assists per game. De'Aaron Fox leading the team with 1.2 steals. And Keegan Murray leading the team with 0.5 blocks. You look at this squad, man. They got Kevin Huerter, really good three-point shooter. Got Harrison Barnes. I mean, damn, we could use him. They got Malik Monk, Keegan Murray, who has set a rookie record for the most made threes in a rookie season. Trey Lyles, Davion Mitchell, Metu. Remember Metu? He had a game winner 3 against us last year. In the Dellavedova. They got Alex Len, Rashawn Holmes, Dozier. Anyway, guys, as far as like the main guys that you're going to be seeing tonight, unless they sit some of their players, which I have not seen anything like that, you're going to get a lot of Keegan Murray. You're going to get a lot of Harrison Barnes, Kevin Huerter, Sabonis, and Fox. And a little bit of Malik Monk sprinkled in there. Trey Lyles, Davion Mitchell, Edwards. I guess he used to be on the team. So, yeah, man, this is the number 3 seeded team in the West. They do have a decently built roster, but they don't seem to have like a center. You get what I'm saying? They probably utilize Rashawn Holmes for that, but as far as their centers is concerned, I mean, Sabonis is their center, bro, and he's a power forward. Kind of crazy, huh? Crazy. As you can see, Keegan Murray starts, Harrison Barnes starts, Herter starts, Sabonis starts, and Fox starts. So they are a small team in retrospect. That's why Sabonis averages almost 20 and 12, dogs, and 8. 20, 12, and 8. That's very impressive for Sabonis. I ain't gonna lie. I did not know him to be a assist guy, but he's averaging 7.2 assists on this team. That's pretty impressive. Very impressive. Kudos. So yeah, man, that is the opponent we're dealing with today. And if there's more news that breaks, we'll get into it. But let's go back to the scene right quick. You know what I'm saying? All right, man. Let me jump into chat right quick. Let me see here. I'm gonna take this down. That is not what I was trying to take down. But if you are on the stream, man, and y'all enjoying this so far, definitely leave a like, man. It goes a long way. It helps the stream definitely get some traction as we just kind of started. You know what I'm saying? Amount Snacks says that's doable for him. Oh yeah, the 40-ish points a game. Yeah, I agree. RC says Mike Brown, Coach of the Year. Most definitely, he has to be up there in consideration for Coach of the Year. If I don't know Mike Brown, man, Mike Brown goes a long way back. Hell, I even remember him when he was the Cleveland Cavaliers head coach for LeBron's rookie year. I think a couple of seasons after that. But I'm pretty sure it goes way back, even further than that. So it's cool to see Mike Brown really having like that moment as a head coach. And yeah, man, he definitely deserves it. I know there's some Sacramento Kings fans that I used to like egg on a couple of seasons ago about not drafting Luka. But look at them now. You know what I'm saying? They're going to the playoffs with a higher seed than we've ever had with Luka. Pretty crazy, right? Pretty crazy. All right, man. I think it is time for me to delve into the shenanigans that has been transpiring today on Mavs Twitter. More specifically, the remarks by Mark Cuban and the remarks by Tim Hardaway Jr.'s dad. So, as you know, ladies and gentlemen, I like to get into detective mode here. And where's my stuff at? We need to get beneath the surface, ladies and gentlemen. I bring to you Twitter in its finest form today. I'm talking about its finest form, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't know, my Twitter should be on this side. Am I pointing at the right direction? Yes, my Twitter is going to be on this top right side where it says @theGarciaKid_. Same thing on Instagram if you're interested in following me there. If not, I understand. Might be a little bit too much to see me on screen and then to have to see me on Twitter. However, there's a few things Mark Cuban has said, and this is the latest one, or one of the latest things he's just recently said. By Tim Cato, Mark Cuban. I don't think it's kids' problem that we didn't have an identity. The game changed in ways we didn't expect it to change. So I blew it. It was on me. Personally, the game changed in terms of the take foul and the speed of the game. Huh? What are we talking about here? What is he taking fault for? This is not the fault I want him to take. All right, let's go back to if y'all don't follow Bibbs on Twitter, pretty sure a lot of Mav fans do, but Bibbs is pretty dope, man. He says, "Dear Mark Cuban, you have worked very, very hard for a long time. It is time to take your leave. Step away from player personnel decisions and let the smart people you hire do their job. Signed, a fan that would like to have less reasons to be toxic." Very well said, Bibbs. Very well said. Where is Tim McMahon? There we go. Here's the tweets I want to bring up, ladies and gentlemen. This is, I'm glad you got the Tim Hardaway stuff. So let's start. Let's peel it back way over here. Okay. Look at this crap, man. Tim McMahon reporting, or I guess after talking to Mark Cuban, he said Mark Cuban is blaming Rick Brunson for the Mavs losing Jalen Brunson in free agency, saying things went south when the parents got involved. This is the owner of the Dallas Mavericks saying such things. He didn't stop there. He goes on to say, Mark Cuban on Kyrie Irving, I want him to stay. Tim McMahon follows up, asked if he's a max player. Cuban says, I'm not going to negotiate with you. Oh my God, bro. Tim McMahon follows up and says, Mark Cuban says re-signing Kyrie Irving is the Mavs' top summer priority. Tim McMahon then asked about Christian Wood, and Cuban responded, I'm not going to go through individual players. Y'all hearing this? Y'all are hearing this, but y'all seeing these tweets, man. Let's keep going. Mark Cuban says he believes Luka Doncic wants to spend his entire career in Dallas, but we have to earn that. Kind of goes without saying, dogs. Kind of goes without saying. So let me talk to y'all. Let me talk to y'all about Mark Cuban, and I don't understand why he's talking. I don't understand why he's calling out Rick Brunson or stating that when the parents got involved as to why we lost Jalen Brunson, ladies and gentlemen. Kyrie Irving's stepmother is Kyrie Irving's agent. So when the parent gets involved in the summer when it comes to negotiating, is that going to be a problem? But also this time last year, Mark Cuban went on record to say, oh, we could pay Jalen Brunson the most, so we're going to keep him. And then come free agency time, it was time to pay him, and you didn't pay him. I've been on record before we lost Jalen Brunson as saying that we are better in the luxury tax than with Brunson than without. I made a whole video on this way back, that we are better in the luxury tax with Jalen Brunson than without. Now the new CBA has came out, and the new CBA has stated that there are some kind of exemptions or some kind of what would I put it? Some how would you name it? Like there's some items or things that they can utilize for a small market team or a team that wants to retain its homegrown players. That if you were to sign a player, that it would not impact you in the luxury tax in the short term. From what I've understand, from what I read. So knowing that Mark Cuban is a part of these deals, is a part of knowing like what is coming up, wouldn't he have known that, hey, you know, whenever we do get to the collective bargaining agreement, that this item, this stipulation here is going to be on there. So that means I could sign Jalen Brunson knowing that there's not going to be that massive of an impact on my luxury tax hit. How you as an owner do not know that? Yes, it was like a year ago almost. Nah, it's more like 10 months ago. But I would think you would hear these things rumbling. They have to be negotiating these things long before. Him not knowing that. And then to double down and not sign Jalen Brunson knowing that these things could eventually help him blows my mind. Even if you couldn't sign Jalen Brunson to the 4-year, $56 million contract, why not sign him to the $25 million a year contract? Has this man not learned how much chemistry matters when you have a good team? This is like the repeat of the NBA championship. You got your championship, you let everybody go because you thought you could just build around Dirk again and get there again. However, we got to the Western Conference Finals. We didn't win anything, but there was a great, fun foundation built with Jalen Brunson, Luka Doncic, and everybody else that was on this team. All you had to really do is get a big, like a legit big. And instead, you didn't re-sign Brunson. And then we were forced to make a deal that made sense and trading Dinwiddie and Dorian Finney-Smith and a first for Kyrie. But now we're without those three players in replacement for Kyrie. Now you have to rebuild this team once again. When if you would have kept Jalen Brunson, you would have had a completely different scenario going into this season and going into the trade deadline. I need to hear more accountability from this front office because they lack the idea, the sensibility, the urgency to be able to identify the issues that they have. This front office, this owner in general, they cannot identify these things. Their ego is so far up their head, so far up their ass that they don't know when they make a mistake. And it goes for the head coach too. Why you got Luka Doncic stating, I'm the leader of the team, this is all my fault? Taking more account. Hardaway Sr., Tim Hardaway Jr.'s dad, stated that trade wasn't for them. What isn't broken doesn't need to be fixed. They're missing a leader out there. Luka is not a leader. Kyrie is not a leader. Tim Hardaway Jr.'s dad said that. On top of that, he said that Spencer Dinwiddie and Dorian Finney-Smith are defensive anchors for the Dallas Mavericks. So thankfully, there is this thing right here. Tim McMahon had just tweeted. He said, Tim Hardaway Jr. requested to speak with Callie Kaplan and me to make it clear that he wasn't happy with his dad's criticism of Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving as leaders. I disagree with it 1,000%. Tim Hardaway went on to say, I didn't wake up this morning thinking that I had to focus on this topic, but it is my dad. I love him dearly. He's been in the league for so many years now. So just for him to say that I disagree with it 1,000%. I've come out numerous times and told you how much leadership Luka has shown throughout my whole entire time here in Dallas. He shows it on and off the floor. And a lot of the situations that we've been in as a team, we wouldn't be in without him. So let's just set that straight. And Kyrie has been nothing other than a leader since he has been here, making sure that everyone's good on and off the floor, texting everybody in our group in the player only just to make sorry, I can't read sometimes. Texting everybody in our group in the player only, a player only meeting, just to make sure everybody's good. Everybody's holding together, staying strong, nothing but leadership there. So it's just hard it's just hard just to deal with that. I love those guys. I love my teammates. I loved every teammate that I've ever been a part, team and teammates, and I've been a part of and been with. So just to be focusing in on this instead of the game, it's disappointing to have to come out here and say this. I love them to death. Like I said, my dad made a mistake, but it's his opinion, not mine. We're two different human beings. Ladies and gentlemen. Imagine going into a must-win game. Imagine having to go into a must-win game and you have to hear all of this stuff going into this game. We have to hear this going into this game. Why? I don't understand it, man. I don't understand it. But yeah. Let's get into the chat, and let's also get into the next segment after that. Did I say smegment? I think I said smegment. Jesus Christ, dogs. Let me fix this over here. Lost the chat, not the chat, but I have to reopen another one to be able to respond to everybody, just to get it going. Let me update it. But yeah, man, let me know what y'all think about all of that I just shown on the screen, man. Because it's kind of ridiculous as to what the hell's going on, man. So I don't see any new comments unless they're over here. Yeah, I don't see anything new other than Amount Snack says Jalen younger too. Yeah, Jalen is 25. I believe Kyrie Irving is 31. So imagine not signing the younger talent for 25 mil. And now you're bringing Kyrie Irving, who is 6-7 years older, and you're going to have to pay him 50 mil a year. Unless there's a sign and trade angle there, right? If you sign and trade Kyrie, then this kind of changes what we could potentially do. But, you know, that's a lot to be said to expect for the Mavericks to be as clever as that, to be able to make such moves and make such decisions. We'll see. We will see. Can they get something for Kyrie in a sign and trade? Who knows? We shall see. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into the keys to victory here. I just want to check something. I just want to check Sacramento Kings Twitter just to see if they've updated their people with anything about the team. Yeah, I haven't. There's no update. Let me see. Kings lineups. Cause like the Mavericks, they have a Mavs PR, which is pretty cool. You know, they tell you about all the players. Let me see. Bear with me. Give me a second, man. I'm just trying to see if any of these Kings players are taking the night off. Because for some reason, the Dallas Mavericks are favored by 5.5 points against the Kings, which is quite ridiculous. All right, I don't see anything. Let's say Sacramento. Let's see if that changes anything. Sacramento user funds together continually. Yeah, it looks like Sacramento's starting their players today, man. I think they're coming in off a back-to-back. Yeah, I think they're coming in off a back-to-back, man. Woo! They ain't playing around. They are not playing around. All right. So with that being said, if the Kings are playing all of their starters, what can the Mavericks do? What can the Mavericks do? I mean, Kyrie had 40 plus against Miami. Luka had 40 plus, I believe, was it 40 plus against the Hawks? And we still lost. So what can we do? Well, what different can we do? Tim Hardaway Jr. is giving you 30-ish in a game. Kyrie is giving you 23 in a game efficiently. The Mavericks offense has not been the issue. At this point, there's no X's and O's offensively that you can improve. The offense is fine. The offense is fine, man. We're just nitpicking at this point because we're losing. What we need to focus on and work on is literally just defense. And when you have a defensive center like Dwight Powell out there, you're incapable of being able to, block shots, on top of challenge shots, on top of getting rebounds. So, my keys to victory for the Dallas Mavericks is honestly going to just be a lineup change. I think the Mavericks need a lineup change. And I definitely believe it starts with JaVale McGee and Christian Wood. I believe your starting lineup needs to be Luka Doncic, Kyrie Irving, Josh Green, Christian Wood, and JaVale McGee. I think Jason Kidd needs to show that the team is desperate for a win, and you need to do this. This is what you brought JaVale McGee for. You brought him for the playoffs and for these moments. Well, sorry guys, you're in the playoffs now. The Dallas Mavericks, if they don't know, they're in the playoffs. And I feel like they don't know that they're in the playoffs right now, fighting for their life. But they're in the playoffs, and they need to go ahead and start making these changes. That'd be the best thing for me, for them to do, is to just go ahead and improve that and get that corrected in the right direction. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I could just be wrong out here and not knowing what the hell I'm talking about, because everything that we have been pointing out, I'm talking about you that are watching, myself, any other Mavs fan, any other hardcore Mavs fan, we've been pointing out these obvious things all season, and we keep being told that we are just a toxic fan base. So for the keys to victory, it's very simple. I think the Mavs need to try a different lineup, utilize more of a big in JaVale McGee, remove yourself from the reliance on Dwight Powell. But also defensively, you need to grab rebounds. You need to defend shots. You need to contest them. And that's going to be the best recipe for success for the Dallas Mavericks tonight. I mean, you're going to be able to score on the Kings. Are you going to be able to stop? The question is, are you going to be able to stop De'Aaron Fox and Domantas Sabonis? All right. That's the scary part. Can you do said thing? I don't know, man. I don't know. And if y'all tuning in, man, if y'all don't mind just leaving a like on the video, goes a long way. I don't know if y'all leaving comments or not, because the comments have just stopped. It may be my internet. I don't know what is going on. It may just be me that is not getting the comments, or maybe I'm not entertaining y'all enough to where y'all want to comment. So I might be wrong. I have no idea, dogs. Let me go double check over here, because normally y'all way more active than this. So I'm totally thrown off. I don't know if something's like lagging, y'all not hearing me, whatever the case may be. But well, there we go. We got a comment. Here we go. Almighty Finesse in the building. What's good, Almighty? I'll be catching you on Freezy shows, bro. It's pretty dope. How like we kind of start to know each other by our names, and we can spot each other in other people's streams and shows. It's pretty dope. Almighty says, please win tonight. You know, that is what we have been asking as Dallas Mavericks fans for quite some time, and we ain't been able to do that. So I think you're asking for a lot of us, man. I think you are asking for a lot from us to be able to do said requests, because the Mavericks winning a game is not a guaranteed thing, and especially against the third best team in the West. We're talking about one of the best road teams in Sacramento. We're talking about one of the best offenses in Sacramento. Are we going to be able to keep up with them? That is a massive hurdle that we're going to have to try to get over, man. I don't see how we can do it, though. I'll tell you that much. Almighty says, we 5th seed, stop playing with us. Yeah, y'all are locked into the 5th seed. Y'all got Cleveland in the first round matchup. How you think you're going to do? How y'all think y'all going to do when it comes to the Cavs and Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland and Mobley? How y'all think y'all going to do against them, man? Yeah, I'm very interested to hear the Knicks' confidence going into that playoff series. Almighty says, are the Kings resting their starters? From what I have seen so far, they're not. I've been looking around on the Twitter sphere. I haven't seen anything that would incline that they are resting their players. Like nothing at all. Let me double check one more time. That's gonna be a big thing, man. Because let's see. Yeah, no, Sacramento has not tweeted their starting lineup. Nothing has been mentioned about the players that are going to play for the Sacramento Kings tonight. So it's going to be real interesting to see what the hell happens, you know. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. For the Mavericks to be favored by 5.5 points, I believe that's kind of crazy in the scheme of things, knowing how poor we have played. So I just don't know, bro. I don't know. Let me show y'all something, man. Let me show y'all something real quick. Hold on. As a matter of fact, this is scary here, all right? There's gonna be some scary stuff you're about to see. If you're a Dallas Mavericks fan, I'm about to show you something very scary, all right? Not in the horror sense where it's gonna be a jump scare. Look at this, man. Brad Townsend said Jason Kidd is absolutely the Mavs coach going forward. Mark Cuban says. Bibbs, again, one of the great Mavs Twitter guys on Twitter, says the war is lost. That is scary, ladies and gentlemen. Like, how do you get that out of? How do you get that Jason Kidd is absolutely the coach out of all of that? Like that is disappointing, man. Disappointing. Let's see what else Twitter is talking about. You know, I'm kind of scared to just be scrolling on here. Cause you never know, things just. Let's go like this. Let's get back into the next segment, ladies and gentlemen. We be risking it, man. Risking it for the biscuit up in here. JP says, let's go Mavs. Mavs fan for life. Man, I am glad to finally see some positivity, some optimism, man. Let's get it back going up in here, man. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a must win tonight, man. Where is the positivity at, right? Let's get it back on. Bro, I have no idea what is going on with my laptop, my system here. I have no idea. Absolutely no idea. Either way, yeah, man. It is definitely a must-win tonight for the Mavs. You have to get this win. Doesn't matter how you shape it, how you word it. You have to get a win tonight. Almighty says, I'm confident. I think we can beat them in 6. Beat the Cavs in 6 or beat the Knicks in 6? Oh, Knicks in 6. My bad. JP says, Mavs for the win with a super chat tonight. Thank you, JP. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. I hope so, man. I hope so, but then also wouldn't mind the top 10 pick, right? You know what I'm saying? But it would be cool to see what Kyrie and Luka could do in a playoff setting. But then also we're fighting for the 10th spot in the play-in. So I don't know what that looks like for us. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to win 2 games to make the playoffs at that point. And unless we're started McGee, I just don't see it, man. I don't see it, but I'm gonna keep the positivity tonight. Again, ladies and gentlemen, if you are on this stream, if you don't mind leaving a like, it goes a long way. This is my last stream from this building that I'm in. I'll probably be able to get another setup like this. Who knows? I'm not sure, but this is gonna be my last one. Okay, I think I'm back on. All right, let me read this question properly for you. How do you shore up the front court with Seawood and McGee and then not give the team any legit time to gel together? It goes right into your next comment. J-Kid should be fired over such incompetence. I am so disappointed in him, bro. 1000% agree. I was on board with bringing in Jason Kidd as a head coach for the Mavericks. And for some reason this year, he just proven to me that he is not fit to be a coach, man. He's not fit for us. It doesn't work for us. And for him to be able to, how would I put it, to keep his position just because of his past history with the team or because of what he did last year, this year has been grotesque. I'm talking about this year has been grotesque and how Jason Kidd has managed his team. And the way he managed his team this year is god awful, bro. God awful. But yeah, I mean, at this point, you got to try something. You got to inject some kind of positivity in this team, and you need to start Seawood and McGee. These guys been on the bench all year. Maybe this helps. I don't know, but I would love for them to start Seawood and JaVale and Josh Green with Kyrie and Luka. Roche, I hope I said that right, or Valmoria, whichever one. I hope I said whichever one correctly. Kyrie is bad. In what way? Explain me what way Kyrie is bad, and then we could discuss it. I just don't know what terms you mean is Kyrie is bad, because there's different ways you go about it. But which way is Kyrie bad in? All right, man, let's get into the next segment here. Let's go straight into our over-under segment. I am not going to be doing anything when it comes to any, how would I put it, any bets. I'm not doing underdog anymore. I'll stop doing that because I'm moving. So I got to save every single dollar. But over-unders, ladies and gentlemen. This is where you get to participate and help me with this, these decisions and the props. Almighty Finesse says, resigning Kyrie is a priority according to Cuban. Almighty, yes. That's what he says, bro. He said that last year about Jalen Brunson. Oh, we could offer him the most money. And then come time to offer him the most money, you didn't. So when he says that they feel like they have a great shot to keep him and all this good stuff, take whatever Mark Cuban says and expect the opposite. You get what I'm saying? So if anything, we're gonna lose Kyrie. Worst trade ever. For who? Look, I would say that the Mavs had their hands tied behind their back, right? When you didn't sign Brunson, it put you in this scenario to have to go get another player that could run the offense like Brunson. Is it the worst trade ever? No. I think it definitely gives you the flexibility that you need moving forward next season if you're able to keep him. And if you're able to sign and trade him, you still have that flexibility. If he leaves for nothing, say for a cheaper deal, then you're in trouble. But it's not the worst trade ever. To get a superstar off of one first round draft pick and you send two players in return that are not stars or superstars, it's not the worst trade ever. But I get what you're saying. It's because the results ain't there, right? And since the results are not there, it feels like such. So, but I understand where you're coming from. I ain't knocking you. I just know these things are kind of tough. They're kind of tough to go about, you know. But I wouldn't say it's the worst, you know. I would say the Lamar Odom trade is one of the worst ones. Hey, I'm gonna sub to you. Hell yeah, appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate that. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. JP says Rondo was the worst trade ever. Yeah. You know why it's the worst trade ever? It's not because of Rondo. You already know where I'm going with this. It is because of Dwight Powell. It is because of Dwight Powell, ladies and gentlemen. He single-handedly has made that trade one of the worst trades of all time that we've ever dealt with. Almighty Finesse says it's the defense. Yeah, agreed, bro. It is 100% the defense for the Dallas Mavericks to have any semblance of success tonight. So for tonight, Luka and Kyrie combined total points. This was just one of my favorite over-unders. I'm going to set it at 61.5. And I want you to vote and let me know if y'all think both of them combined, does Kyrie and Luka get over 61.5 points tonight? Let me know, y'all. If y'all could combined. I spelled combined. Jesus Christ. But y'all know what I mean. Luka and Kyrie combined points at 61.5. Let me know if y'all think they're going to get over that or under that tonight. Almighty Finesse says, y'all need defenders around Kyrie and Luka. Yeah, that'll be very much an ideal scenario there if we could do such thing. But to basically depend on this team to be able to make that kind of move, to be able to know and see the future, this is it. Honestly, you've seen Luka and Porzingis not necessarily work out. You've seen Luka and Brunson. That did work out, but you just didn't sign Brunson. And now you're seeing Kyrie and Luka. It does work. I do think you need an offseason. I do think you need a training camp for it to really gel. But yeah, you need like 6'7" defenders. You need a 6'7" wing. You need a 6'9" power forward. You need a 6'11" center. Or a 7'2", 7'3" center like Miles Turner. I forget how tall Miles Turner is. But you need the defenders around these two guys. Because these two guys can get you the offense very easily, right? That's what they can do. At this point, you don't need much more offense. You just need defenders that can hit a casual three here and there. But you need taller players and players that could do a lot more on the defensive end. Almighty Finesses, thank you for Brunson. I appreciate it. Look, man, I did not send you Brunson at all right?
Emotional damage.
It wasn't us. It was not us. We didn't want to get rid of Brunson. It's just we had stupid ownership that allowed that to even remotely be a possibility, it is so grotesque. It is extremely unacceptable for Mark Cuban to even allow a player of that magnitude, a player of that capability to just fall out of our grasp. You get what I'm saying? But Jalen Brunson has gone to New York and has completely changed the culture over there. He has brought a winning coach over there that they have not had in such a long time. That, yeah, I mean, I'd be thankful too. I mean, you finally got a player that helps you win when y'all haven't won since the 70s. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're talking about the Knicks have not won basketball since the 1970s. The last time they got to the finals was in 99 against the Spurs, and they got mollywopped. And then the other few times that they got close was against Jordan, and they got mollywopped against Jordan. So, yeah, man, if I'm the Knicks, I would be ecstatic to have Jalen Brunson. But, you know, the Mavericks, we have a more recent modern championship. JP says M. Turner would be a perfect fit, 1,000% a perfect fit. How we go about getting him, I'm not sure. But I would love to have him. 1,000%. Valmoria says, what if Dallas lose to Celtics, 76ers, Warriors, Hornets, Nets, Bucks, and Suns? What if they lose to them? I feel like we lost to them this year already. Yeah, we lost to all those teams already, especially the Hornets. The Nets, I think we beat the Nets twice with Kyrie and KD. We didn't beat the Bucks, and we've only beat the Suns once this year. Or twice. We beat the Suns twice, I think. Or once. I'm not sure. Yeah, it was just once. Yeah, I mean, I would say that is going to be something that'll continuously happen unless we change something. RC says the Knicks finally have a player to help their trash franchise. Yes, sir. Yes, they finally do, man. They finally do. But I am happy for them and happy for Jalen Brunson, I guess. So, you know, good job, New York Knicks. Y'all are relevant. JP says none of those Patrick Ewing teams won. None of them. None of them came close to winning a championship, and it caused a lot of
emotional damage
for a lot of my New York friends. I got some New York friends out there, and they like to brag about the Knicks, but I'm like, bro, what's the last thing y'all have done? You know what I'm saying? All right, we only got 2 votes, man. There is a poll in the chat. I need y'all to go respond to it. Let me know if y'all think Luka and Kyrie combined points, do they get over 61.5 points, or do they stay under it? Let's get like 4 votes, and then we'll launch another one out there. Again, the game does not start until like 32-ish minutes, but I'll definitely get y'all till 7:30 p.m. That way I go get some food before the game starts. Same thing for y'all. If y'all got something to do before the game starts, definitely indulge. But in the meantime, I'll be here rocking with y'all, man. So y'all can send any questions, comments, concerns, anything like that, man. We're going to be here to talk and chat it up and have a good time. Let's see. Who wins the tiebreaker between the OKC and the Mavs? All right, let me go ahead and show you. Let me show you what that looks like. Dun, 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 let me show you that. Okay. So this is for this season. All right, let me see if y'all can see it. All right, y'all can see it. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. All right, so back in... Damn, we've only played them 3 times. Yeah. We only played them 3 times this year. But we lost to them in October. We beat them in December. And then we lost to them in January. So that gives them the tiebreaker above us. So if we are tied when it comes to the last game of the season, they take the 10th seed while we take the 11th, the 11th in the West. Yeah, so just to answer your question there. Dallas Mavericks is going to win tonight. I hope so. That would be nice. That would be nice to finally get a win. And it is a must win. Let's not try to act as if this is just another game that you could lose. No, you do not have the margin to lose this game. Like, this game is 100% a massive game for the team. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and end that poll for the Luka Kyrie. Let me set another one. Let me see what y'all thinking. Let me see. Dang, what we thinking? Let's go with Tim Hardaway Jr. THJ. Let's say does he makes 2.5 3-pointers. Over, under. All right, THJ, does he make 3-pointers a night, or does he stay under 3? I'm gonna set it at 2.5. Tim Hardaway Jr. has been shooting really great. Or he is one of the best 3-point shooters in the league. I believe he's top 5 in like threes made, I believe. If I'm correct, I'm not sure. It's somewhere up there in like top 7. And he does a really good job against like Miami or Detroit. He has these games against certain teams where he is just on point. Tonight is one of the nights that you need Tim Hardaway Jr. to be on point if you want a chance at making the playoffs, and more importantly, if you want a chance at beating this Kings team. There's no way about it that you're not going to get by Sacramento with poor shooting. You're going to have to hit some shots, and Kyrie and Luka cannot do everything for you. So it's going to be really, really interesting to see how well the Mavs can come out here and shoot. Do they come out and feel? Do the Mavs come out and feel the pressure? Do they feel, that pressure weighing them down, that they got to be able to make shots? Because if they start feeling that, then these shots are going to come off heavy. They're going to come off forced. They're going to come off too strong, and then that's where the Mavs run into issues. Whenever Kyrie and Luka are kicking it to the wide open guys, and the wide open guys are not making the shots, it turns into a bad situation. So right now I'm trying to see if there's any news on the Sacramento Kings lineup, but I am not finding anything at all. How about the Mavericks, bro? Let's see. Let's go look at the Mavs. Maybe the Mavs have a starting lineup out there. They do not yet. But Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving will be available for tonight's game. For those that may have been interested in knowing if they were going to play, they are going to play. I believe they thought that they were going to rest them. But Luka came out and said, if we still had a chance, we're still going to play. RC says, just don't ask THJ to finish at the rim. Well, what he got? Like, I believe he averages like 37% on drives to the basket. 30% from the field, bro. That is horrible. Pitiful. All right, I'm just trying to double check stuff here, trying to see. Oh wow, Tony Romo is at the sneak easy at the Dallas Mavericks. Huh. Interesting. All right, let's see here. Let's see. All right, man. After 3 votes, Tim Hardaway Jr. making 2.5 threes or more. Y'all are voting over. 67% y'all got Tim Hardaway Jr. over. Man, we can only hope, right? We can only hope that he gets over as far as his threes are concerned. All right, man. Let's go ahead and let's get into the score prediction for the Dallas Mavericks and the Sacramento Kings. And as you know, I love to go and check the odds over there on Caesars. So we're about to go back into the window screen, and we're going to see, we're going to predict the score. So before I go and predict the score, if y'all don't mind predicting the score in the chat. All right, let's see. So let's go Mavs versus Kings odds. Y'all going to put y'all's score prediction in the chat for me, man. Hold on. Because there ain't no way I limit. No, I don't limit my chat. Oh, okay. I'm just making sure the chat shows that everything can go through. Yeah, there we go. All right, everything's good on that end. All right, let's go ahead and let's take a look at the spread for the Dallas Mavericks and the Sacramento Kings tonight. This is from 6 hours ago. The Mavericks were favored by 5.5. Let's go here. Trying to find the Caesar Sportsbook, which they should have it right here. Bro, it went up to 6.5. I don't know what to think of that. Caesar Sportbook has the Mavericks favored by 6.5 tonight. Either this feels like a trap game, or the Sacramento Kings are not starting their players. Sacramento Kings resting players. Let me see, man. Yeah, I don't see no reports of them resting tonight. That is baffling to me. And I'm trying to find it. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to see if there's anything to it, but let's see. Sacramento Kings. Let's go back to it and see if there's anything to it. But yeah, man, the Mavericks are favored by 6.5 points tonight, and the total point spread is 243. So let me go back and we're gonna come up with a score prediction right now. Right. Yeah. All right. Let's see. JP says 123-120 Kings. I mean Mavs. My bad. I've been drinking. 123-120 Mavs. All right. They're favored by 6. Bro, there's been no reports that the Kings are sitting players. So where does Vegas get this 6-point favor for the Mavs? It don't make no sense. Hold on. Running it on the second of back tonight, and so is there a report anywhere that they're resting players? I don't see anything at all. Nah, that is weird. I've never seen that, to where the Sacramento Kings are not resting players. The Kings are promoting that it's Fox versus Luka today. They're promoting it, so they're not resting players. Oh man, that's tough. Oh, that's tough. Because that would change my confidence level for the team, right? Obviously. Do the Mavericks have a lineup out there? Because if they start Seawood and McGee, I'll be like, yeah, Mavs could win. But let's see. Sorry about all this back and forth, man. I'm just trying to make sure of things here. There's still no Mavericks lineup yet. This is weird, bro. There's some weird stuff here. Weird stuff here. Let's see. Versus Mavericks. I'm just trying to find if there's any reports out there. I don't see any reports out there about this game. There's no Mavs lineup that has been tweeted out. Unless y'all know something. Y'all want to point me out to it? If there's something out there that I am missing. Let me see. Mark Cuban is when it comes to being the worst one. I give Cuban a lot of grades. Hold on, I gotta show you this. Let me show you this right quick. Look at this mess right here. Dang, I don't even got it on the right one. Damn. But basically, there's I forgot his name. He goes by MVP Luka 77 on Twitter, and today was his day where he was gonna do the fire Jason Kidd movement, and he's out there like with a fire Jason Kidd shirt, a fire Jason Kidd what is it, a sign? So he's going in on Jason Kidd tonight, man. That's hilarious. Roderick says, go Lakers. I don't know what that last word. Galanayo Depensa. LeBron James, Davis. Go Lakers. All right. I did hear earlier about the Kings not starting their starters. I've heard about that too, but there's no report on it right now. I don't know what the hell's going on. Be very interesting. JP says Mavs going to play with a chip on their shoulder tonight. Tonight is a night that they need to demonstrate said chip on their shoulder. This is that night that they need to show that. All right, man. I'm gonna go ahead and make my prediction. I don't see anything as to the starters for the Mavericks. I don't even see any starters for the Kings. This is quite crazy to me. All right. Let's see. All right, let's go with the score prediction. Dang, man, that's tough. This is tough. I'm gonna say the Mavs 132. It might be more defensive. I'm tripping. I'm gonna say Mavs 122. More defensive by 10 points to the. Oh man. I want to feel like through all this adversity that they'll show up. But if the Kings starters are playing, I'm gonna say 126 for the Kings. If the Kings starters are not playing, right, I'll say 128 if they're not playing to 118. It just depends if they're starting or not. If they're starting, I see us losing. If they are not starting, I can see the Mavericks getting a win. But it's big, bro. This is a big must win tonight. I don't feel like having all these issues, all these reports that came out before the game started is a positive thing for this team. I think there's a lot of stuff weighing on them now. I think them knowing that this is a big game, that they might be shooting the rock a little too hard and they're gonna miss shots, right? Queen Neptune, what's up? Let's go. Let's go something, right? Let's get a win, or let's get a top 10 draft pick, whatever it takes, man. But yeah, that is what I got, man. That is what I got. Let me see here. We're gonna go back and see if they have updated anything, if they put out their starting lineup for the Dallas Mavericks, because there's nothing. I cannot find a report that says anything about them starting a starting lineup, anything about the Kings resting players. There's nothing. I cannot find a report on any of this. Yeah. Yeah. That's it. Oh, wow. Look at this. I think Luka has a new shoe. Luka just showed off a new shoe, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this. Those look kind of dope. I ain't gonna lie. Kind of on the first glimpse. That's nice. Huh. Interesting. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate y'all being on here, man. This is going to be the last stream that I do from this space. I don't know what it's going to be like in a week from now as I relocate back to Dallas on Friday. Who knows, man? Who knows? But I do appreciate y'all being on here, and hopefully the Mavs can get a win tonight. Anyway, it's been your boy TGK, and I am going to catch you on the next one, man. And whenever that is, hopefully we have more answers to the Dallas Mavericks as an organization and as to what the hell we're going to be doing moving forward. So I'm going to let y'all go with horror music, because right now we're in horrific times for the Dallas Mavericks. Till then, guys, catch you on the next one. See you when I see you.